Okay, week 8 training recap. So this was session 1. Um, did the incline log. I did it as a dead press with a little bit of band tension. So it was double micros. I think the best triple I hit is about 300 at the bottom and a little over that at the top. I think this is the set because that's 250 in straight weight. That was the best triple. We were having a little bit of a competition, just having some fun. So I tried to go up. My training partner actually did hit this. I just hit it for a single, but he's also significantly shorter, so the way the pins were set was a little bit of a half press for him. But yeah, that's like probably 320 something at the bottom. It's quite a bit. Yeah, it just wasn't quite there, and I knew it wasn't there. These are the doubles. So 5 sets of 2. I think that might have been a warm up still. Did these at 250, 255. So yeah, there's the first one there. These felt good. So I was pretty happy with these, especially seeing as I sent it so hard on the deadlifts a few days prior. The clean definitely would not have been there, but pressing out of the rack felt fine. So felt maybe just a little slower than usual, but not too bad. That's definitely a PR out of the rack for me as far as volume is concerned. The bench, so I did 350 for 3 sets of 8. I don't have a slingshot, but what I do have is an F8. So it's probably a little more aggressive than what you want me to use, but that's the best thing that I have. Maybe you can give me a little critique on my bench. Never seems to go up, never seems to go down. So pretty much I can always bench 350 no matter what. Unfortunately, no matter how much I train it, it's always 350. So maybe you can give me a little insight as to how to make my bench not suck. That'd be kind of cool. Second set, I think at least it's so different in the F8 because the touch point is so different. So I think on the second rep, I think I throw it out in front of me quite a bit. Oh no, that might have been the first set that I did that. I think this one I stayed in the groove pretty well the entire time. Yeah, so not too bad. Finished this day up with just some weighted dips. So I think this was just like maybe 35 pounds for 4 sets of 6. So nothing crazy. This was the 65% dip day that you programmed because I'm running a 6x6, 8x8, 10x10. Next day was the squats. So we opted for like a pin Zercher triple extension type squat thing. I don't know. You said be athletic, so this seemed like it fit the bill and it was kind of fun. We did it on the axle, just like a little nicer on the biceps, and I think it I don't know, it just feels a little harder. Um, but I always found these have some pretty massive carryover for like any loading or carry event, at least for me. So I think we had a little under, it was like 200 pounds or something, so nothing super crazy. Tried to save a little bit of energy for the sandbags because I know we were going to go a little bit heavier on those. So here's the SSB jumps again. You said get lighter and lighter, so the last time I think I had micros on there too. So I just pulled the micros off, kept the weight the same, and then had some light bands attached to it. So next week I'll probably drop down to mini bands. And then here's kind of the first warm up set with like 270. So I wanted to see if I could do 2 reps in 30 seconds. I got really close. I got 2 reps in 35. So pick was a lot better than last time. And the bag felt really pretty good today. I felt like my extension was just a lot better than it's been. So the jumps are definitely making a difference. Second pick was still good. Doing a much better job of just kind of getting my hands moving like once it hits my chest. So felt really good. So my training partner thought it would be a good idea to just hit as many as I could in 60 seconds, just because I haven't done 60 seconds this entire prep. So I decided to do that. This first rep, super happy with that. That was awesome. Um, Second rep, not too bad. But I was able to hit the same total reps that I did last week, but I was able to do it in less sets. And I was able to do all of them on a timer, which is awesome too. I think after a good deload and just being fresh in general, I think it's possible for me to do 2 or 3 reps on a 315 bag in a minute. Don't know if I need to do 3 because I'm not going to win, no matter what I do. But definitely cool to know that it's there. Pick is definitely the hardest part. That's the part that gets to my back the most, probably. We dropped down to 235 for the pause reps. I just did singles. I was pretty trashed after the 270. So the as you can see, that was about the slowest that's going to move. Moving on to the axle day. So these are we were able to do the doubles. Did them at 250, I think it was like 250-ish pounds for 5 sets of 2. Definitely pretty happy with that. Was feeling a little tired on this day, but kind of as I got rolling, things just got better and better. I did opt to pull the circus dumbbell and actually do some full axle clean and press. After looking at, how shitty it was last week, I thought that maybe if I double overhanded the clean, because my grip is good enough to be able to do that, I might be able to make that clean a lot easier. And I was correct on that. So here's those thrusters. I'm pretty sure this is what you wanted, from what I gathered. Looking back on this, the pins are probably set just a little bit low. But yeah, these were definitely fun. Haven't done anything quite like this before. Kind of reminds me of something like maybe Nicholas Camby would do. He does a lot of jerk work out of the rack. But yeah, so coming up next is the axle cleans. I stopped myself at 225. Just because that's usually where shit kind of hits the fan for me as far as the clean goes. So I just wanted to work up to something like that and see if, having a double overhand technique would kind of hold me together at a weight where I usually fall apart. So you'll get to see this coming up. I do think the double overhand allows me to pull a little slower off the floor, which I think sets me up for success kind of as I come from the hip to the belly. So significantly better as far as the clean goes, and that's 225. The second rep, I just did 3 singles here. This one had to just kind of reset the position a little, but felt so much better. So very, very happy with that. Just needed a win after the last week it being so bad. And here's a deadlift day. So this is last warm-up. We did pulls off the floor, but we quadded some mini bands. So it's a couple 100 pounds of band tension. That's my last warm-up. That's like, I don't even know what that is, honestly. It's probably 320 something, 340 something with bands. And then this is about 400 at the bottom. So this is my first set. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I was just getting drugged forward a lot. I think it's because I just couldn't roll the bar where I wanted to. Got really bad acid reflux on the way up. Um, yeah. So kind of reset, got my shit together, and just realized I needed to be just a lot more aggressive with the bands to get that thing moving. So came back, a little more intensity, and was able to get a much better start off the floor. A little better hitch than last week. Um, and then second rep, I actually didn't have to hitch at all, which was great. So that's new. And then the second set of two. This one I had to hitch a lot more. But I think at this point, it's just realistic for me to probably have to hitch if I'm going to get 650. So I'm not getting too beat up over it. I feel like I'm doing a better job of keeping my shins a lot more vertical. And it's definitely setting me up better at the bottom. And I'm not sitting down into the suit so much. And kind of missing that hole. First rep's still shitty, but just one problem at a time, I suppose. Yeah, suit was tight on that one. Here's the demo deads. So probably like 290 or something like that. Nothing crazy. Just trying to kind of really sit back into that pocket. Kind of rely on the suit a little bit. These felt better than last week, so decided to go straps down because that canvas suit is just absolutely brutal. So that thing is very hard to have on for any length of time. And then after this, was able to go up to 225 on the jumps for tens. So that's huge improvement. So very happy about that. Had to take the suit off. I could not stay in the suit any longer past those poles. So definitely feel like my lats are getting a lot stronger. Being able to kind of keep that held in. So it's doubled double micros from the front and then just a light band for the hip. And then just a couple gorillas. I figured you'd get a kick out of this. So we're trying to figure out a way to just decompress stuff. And since I'm broken, normal decompression doesn't work for me. So we figured hanging upside down abs. We give that a shot. So probably about the stupidest setup of all time, but I figured you'd get a little laugh out of this. But yeah, that's the training recap. Yeah, it was a good week overall.